Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today is going to be a tutorial on how to put together this flower mini album with a built-in bag to store some of your other things. So I made this an embellishment book, and then it also has the storage of the bag right there. So I thought I would come on and put this together with you on camera so that you could see how I did this. Okay, so what we're using today is going to be this die here, which is the Flower Shaker mini album from Scrap Diva. Okay, and then we're also going to be using the bag maker from Scrap Diva also. Okay, this die must have you can make a bag out of anything, so simple and yeah, versatile. So all right, so let me go through and show you what I did, or what I've got here. So first off, with this die set you get this piece, which is the biggest piece. So this is going to be my base layer, and so I have cut out, I have 4 pages on my mini album. So I cut this out 4 times out of 110-pound cardstock. I used white. Okay, so I have 4 of that one. Okay, and then next piece is the stitched layering piece. Okay, so this one is a bit smaller than the other one. So this is what you're going to use to layer up your pattern paper right here. See that? Okay, so for this one I cut out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which that should have been easy for me to not count them. So 1 for each side. Okay, and then I cut out this one. It has the shape of the flower, and so this one is what you could actually use to make a shaker with. I did not make a shaker out of it at all in this book, but this is what you would use to make the shaker. So you would cut this out of some either foam or, you know, the poster board from Dollar Tree, however you make your shakers, or you can just cut this out like 6 or 7 times and layer it up and do it that way. So this would be the piece you would need to make the actual shaker. What I used it for, I just cut it out without making a shaker. I cut out 3 of these, and that's going to be to layer on again on. This will just go around the outside of the flower. Okay, so, and I just did that just to give it a different look on some of the pages, and you know, that kind of thing. So anyway, I have 3 pages that have this on it, so I cut 3 of those. Okay, so that's the 3 pieces that I use. Now in the die set it also comes with this heart stitched, and this is the outline of the heart, this one here. Okay, and then this one is a heart, you know, kind of doily scalloped edge heart. So this one will cut out solid, just this outside piece there. This is a piece you could layer up and layer on top of it. Okay, and it also comes with the words "love you." Okay, and those have the shadow piece with them also. So that is the pieces that come with the Flower Shaker mini album. Okay, so let's start by putting these together. So first off, just real easy stuff. I'm going to take each piece of this base piece, okay, and I'm going to layer up all my pieces. So I am using Barely Arts liquid glue. You can use whatever glue you want. I like this one because it dries fairly quickly, but it gives you just a little bit of time to you know, to move your thing around when you're trying to get it lined up. So I'm just going to lay that on there and get it kind of centered. Smooth it down. I always use my glass blocks that are for stamping. I always put that on top. Okay. All right, now I'm just going to make this exactly like I've made this one. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take these pieces out of here, so as I'm looking and showing different stuff, they don't fall out. So anyway, so my next page is this yellow, and then it has the black outline. So we'll do all the one side first, I guess. So here's my next page. So I'll take the base piece. And let's see, this is going to be a tad different. A couple of the pages, I didn't have very many of the certain colors left. And so I used one that was just similar. This, by the way, is Maggie Holmes' Flourish collection. I have a ton of most of the papers in here, so I decided to use this up, or to use some of this. It's going to take me a long time to use up this as much as I have, which is good because, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but the collections that I don't have very many pieces to, I hardly ever use because I don't want to use them up. So, and I love them, and it's sad that I don't do that, but that's how it goes. Okay, so this piece, if you can see in here, you can see that it has that black layer piece. Okay, so this is a little bit different black also, because I realized I only had 2 sheets of that one with the black on it. So I didn't have much left of that. So I used a different sheet. This is the one with the kind of more realistic butterflies on it. And the back side of it had this black and white camera sheets. That's what I decided to use on it. So just kind of follow the outlines. And we're going to put this down and line this up. Okay. Oops. Kind of moved it. But that's okay because you still got a little bit of wiggle room before it. Okay, so I'm going to smooth this one out. Get it to it here, and then again, I'm going to put my glass block over it. Okay, so my next page is this blue. Okay, so I'm going to get my blue piece out and my base piece. And, you know, a lot of this is just, this is simple, but I thought I would try and go through the whole thing with you, because I realize there are new crafters and that. And plus sometimes it's just fun to see, you know, as people go through the whole process. So this won't take too long, especially since I cut out everything prior to filming. Okay, so I've got this all. Sorry, I went off frame there for a minute. So I got that one layered. Okay, so I'm going to stick that one under there too. And then the last piece here, this side, it's a different one, but that's okay. Again, that was one sheet that I'd only had a couple pieces of. So what I decided to use on it was the lemon one, because I have, this is probably the sheet I have the most of, is the lemon one. So I'm going to use this one. This backside is real pretty too. In fact, that's what this backside is, what I used to cut out my actual bag from. You'll see that here in a little bit. Okay, and I'll just put this and line it up. Now you could stitch on these and all kinds of stuff if you wanted to. When I made this, it was the first one I made, and so most of the time when I putting together something for the first time, I've kind of learned my lesson to where now I usually don't stitch on them the first time until I've made it at least once, because I spend all that time and then I make a mistake and I'm not happy. And so anyway, so you could stitch if you want, but it is already stitched, so you don't have to. Okay, and let's see, this back piece, it also has a layer. Now this one was kind of a white one, but that's okay. I'm going to layer up with a black one. So this last one here, I need to go ahead while I have this out and layer this one up here, which is going to look pretty. Okay, so just go along, follow the design. So, what's everybody been doing? I've been doing so much other stuff. I've been having a hard time being able to craft. Some of you may have heard me say on the last few videos that my husband got injured, and so he's been off work since like the 1st of March, And so he's been home. He had to have surgery. So I've been having to do a lot of, you know, helping him. The first part, before he had surgery, for the first couple weeks, he couldn't have any weight on it. He has on crutches, couldn't have any weight on it, on his leg, and all kinds of stuff. So, and we have a very tall house with lots of stairs, and so, yeah, there was a lot of going up and down stairs, and he couldn't get, you know, up and down stairs with crutches very well, stuff like that. So I have been really busy. My granddaughter's been sick. My husband's been sick. I got sick a while. And just, you know, all kinds of fun stuff. So, okay, so the back side, that's all the 4 sheets. So now all of our base pieces have at least one side on it. Okay, so here's the back side. And so my back side of this one is going to be a different paper because I ran out of that one. So this is the lemon again. So I'm going to use the lemon on this back side of this one. So just go around the edges. Oopsie. Okay. And then we'll just go ahead and add this one down. That kind of lined up right, and smooth it out. And let's see, the back side, yeah, it does have that black. I'm trying to make these pretty much the same. So let's take this black one and we'll add this trim piece to it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't do as much crafting in the summertime. Just because, well, Rosalind's out of school, so she's home, you know, for the summer, and then I'm always doing yard work and, you know, that kind of stuff, because I like doing yard work, so I'm, you know, taking care of that. So that's a couple days a week, taking care of the lawn and everything, and planting and weeding and all that fun stuff. And then a lot of times we, you know, we either go out on our boat or in our trailer or both, and, you know, spend some time that way. So it's a lot harder to craft during the summer. Okay, so there's both my sides now for the first page. Okay, so the second page is this yellow one. Okay, so the back side of it is this house piece. So I'm going to turn that over. Now, some of these that are dimensional papers, like this one, because I don't want my houses upside down, I will have to remember when I go to put the album together that I have my, you know, my house is upright. Okay, so at this point it doesn't matter because the other side is not a, no, it's not a dimensional paper, so it doesn't really matter. But if both sides were, then you'd want to make sure you have both sides, you know, facing up. Okay, so this is the back side of that second page. Okay. Okay, now this page here with the blue. Okay, so the back side of it is the peacock one. Okay, so this side doesn't really matter as far as directional goes. So now I'll use the peacock paper and I'll just put it on whichever way it lands, because the other side is not directional. Okay. And then we'll just line this up so we have a little bit of border showing around all around. Okay. So that is the back side of that one. Okay. And then here's the last one. So this is this page, because I didn't have any more of that paper that's on the background there. And then the back side of it is this one. Okay, so I'm going to add that one. Sorry, I have to try and remember to stay in frame. You know how when you're doing it, you try to do it the most comfortable way. And you forget that, oh, the camera can't see everything. Okay, so here is that piece. Okay, so that is the back. Okay, this is like this. This is like that. And this one goes like that. So there's my stack of my, for my album. Okay. I believe, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do my holes for how I'm gonna attach it before I put together, before I add the box in. So I'm gonna go through and make sure I have these all kind of lined up the direction I want it. So I want these to be kind of straight up, I think. Okay, this one needs to be straight up too. So let me see. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, this one, kind of directional, but not too bad. So I think that will be okay like that. And then this one doesn't matter. Okay. All right. And how I did this one was I just attached 2 of the petals. So 2 on the side, I just punched holes in so I could put 2, you know, binder rings in there. Okay. I used my crocodile, and I believe I used the big hole. So let's see, that's the big one. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of hold them. Let's see, I want this to kind of go like that. So I think I'm going to do these 2 holes right here. Okay. And I'm just going to put it a little ways, oops, wrong one, a little ways in, because I want it to be easy to turn, but I don't want it to kind of cut through the edge. So I'm going to go like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then I'll do the other one about in the middle down here on the second one. Oops. It's kind of hard when you're holding both pieces up in the air. Okay. All right, so there's both pieces. Okay, now usually what I do is I line the next piece up. Okay, and let me see, do I have it like this? Okay, so what I usually do is I line the next piece up, and then I take like a pencil or pen, and I just, you know, kind of trace the hole on the other piece, so I know where to cut it, and then I'll just do that for each one. Let's see, these ones don't matter. It was just that first page that kind of mattered. Yeah. So that way I will know where to cut, where to punch. Okay. Okay, now we will just line this up. Let me punch this out so I can see through it to line my hole up. Just got the papers from the other thing. Okay, and then I just put this in here so you can see the hole. Okay, it's over the hole, cut. And of course it always gets plugged up. Which usually doesn't matter, but when you want to see that through there, then you got to unplug it. Okay, so there's the other one. Okay, then we'll do this one. Take my little pokey tool. There, that one's lined up. And where's my, oh, here's my hole on the other one. This one's kind of hard to see on this paper. Okay, so there's that one. And now this one. Okay, line that one up. Okay, and then line this one up. Okay, now they should all be good to go. Okay, so now I can put my binder rings in. I'll be ready to put them in, but I'm not going to put them in right now because I'm not ready to. I just wanted to make sure I punched the holes before I did it. You could probably do it both ways, but I just thought it would be easier for the bag part if we weren't, you know, if I didn't already have the bag attached before I tried to punch the holes. Because I think, if I remember right, when I made this, I wasn't planning on doing this. It just kind of happened as I went. Decided, what if I make a bag out of that, you know? So I had already, it was starting out to be just a plain, you know, little mini album, and I decided to turn it into this as I was in the process. So I had already punched out the holes. So okay, so crocodile done. All right, next we are going to use the bag. So I've already cut these pieces out, and so what we're going to do is fold on the score lines. It has score lines, sides and bottom. So I'm just going to fold this in, do all my scoring. Let me get out my handy dandy little whatchamacallit. This is a Teflon bone folder, real handy, and I got it out at like a scrapbook expo one time, and it came on a keychain, and so I decided that would be kind of handy. I have all kinds of other ones that came, you know, with different cutting boards and that kind of stuff, which I almost always use this. Okay, and then this is the bottom piece. So you have the two side pieces right here, and then this is the bottom piece. Okay, so it has two score lines, one on each side. So I'm going to fold those in, fold that in, and score it. Okay, now on the bag part, there's a scored line right up through the middle, and then the two things that you kind of just fold, and that's what makes it more like a bag. Okay, so I kind of just fold it. I don't usually do it like a big crease and everything. You could if you wanted to. I just kind of, you know, just kind of fold it. Sorry, I was out of frame. Just kind of fold it and bend it just so it will give, you know. Okay, so if you notice, this bag is too tall for this album. Okay, so I wanted it to line up, you know, like here on the bottom, but I didn't want it to come out over the top. Okay, so what I did was I just kind of eyeballed it, and let's see, did I put this piece down first? I think I might have actually put this piece down first. So let's go ahead and do that. So here's the bottom piece. We don't have to do anything with this, because for this mini album, it's going to fit right in there without being too wide. Okay, so I am just going to take some of my glue and put it on one side of the bag bottom. Okay, and then I'm gonna take it, sorry, was I out of frame again? Dang it. Okay, make sure my thing is turned the right way. And actually, I don't want it on that side, I want it on that side. I almost messed up, you guys. Okay, so just flip that over straight. Okay, so I'm going to put it like right above here where it's kind of, this is kind of like the farthest down to give me the most room, but without showing through the bottom pieces. So I'm going to take that and just put it straight across the bottom, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to kind of press it down just to make it start adhering. I'm kind of just, a lot of times I'll take it and fold it just to, it helps get things lined up better, and just make sure that's kind of straight. See if I need to adjust it at all. It looks like I needed to adjust it just a little bit so it would be straight on there. I'm going to press it down. Okay, so I have the one piece of the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to attach these two sides one at a time. Okay, so this piece down here is going to fit right in here. this bottom section, okay? And then this piece is going to be glued against this side, and then this piece right here will be glued against the other side once I get to that point, but I'll do all these glue downs on the one side first, okay? So as you can see, look how much it sticks up over the top. See, I don't want that. You could, but I didn't want that on mine. I wanted it to be hidden in there. So all I did was take this, I put the two pieces together, and I'm gonna, I don't want to cut off the bottom because that's my flops to attach it to the bottom piece. Okay, so I'm not going to take that one, but I'm just going to put these two together, open them kind of back up, and I'm just going to go cut some of it off. I'm going to use my paper, I don't know, maybe I'll just cut it with scissors. I don't know, what should I do? Well, I want it to be straight, and I have a hard time cutting straight with my scissors, so maybe I'll just take it to the cutter. And I'm going to cut off, let's see, I'm probably going to cut off about up to here. So I'm going to cut off just a little bit below this flower. I'm not measuring or anything. You could. I'm not going to. So I'm just going to take it over here just a second and cut that off. I use the Fiskars Guillotine cutter. I love it. I started off with, and I had for years. You know, the other kind of paper cutters that you know, pull the blade up and stuff, but I didn't like that I was always getting frayed edges and stuff when I didn't want a frayed edge. I mean, sometimes you want frayed edge to make it look distressed, and other times you don't. So I switched to the Fiskars. It is super nice. It's big. It's you know, you fit a 12 by 12 on there. So, excuse me, it takes up space, but it's a perfect, you know, nice edge every time. And of course, then it can cut through anything. It can cut through the acetate, it can cut through chipboard, it can cut through corrugated, you know, all the different stuff. So that's what I like about it. So anyway, that's what I use. It's right over here to the side. Let me see if I can tip my phone a little bit and let you see it. It's right there. See, so that big thing, that's the guard right here. This is the guard. So, and then it has a little handle down here that latches. I always make sure I always clip that back down because of course I have Rosalind. I don't want her to cut her hand off, but this helps to, you know, prevent that. But you know, just because, you know, she's a 6-year-old. Whoa, sorry guys. Did that wake you up? Okay, sorry, so sorry. I dropped you guys on the floor. But anyway, I wanted to show you that I use. So anyway, all right, back to the video. Okay, I'm gonna glue this side down now. Okay, so now both of my pieces, each of my side bag pieces are the same length. So now I'm gonna take this and I'm going to line it up with the corner over here. And if you notice, when I push this flap down onto here, it forms that perfectly. Okay, so that's going to go right in there, and then I'm just going to align this to where it doesn't, just to get it straight. So sorry about that. Let me see if I can get this straight on the camera. I may not have cut it off quite far enough, but that's okay. Even if it's just a little bit, with my embellishing and stuff, it's probably not going to stick up too far, but I could always trim it again once I get it up there. So make sure I have these lined up straight. Okay. Okay. And then I'm just, oops, I pressed too hard and I made it move. Okay. All right, so then just push down, put some pressure on there to get this glue to start sticking. Okay, then I'm going to take this this flap right here from this bottom piece. I'm going to put some glue on that, and then I'm going to push this up and glue this together. So I have my square bottom. Kind of gently push on that to get that to start sealing, and then I'm going to press harder. Oops. I'm going to press harder from the inside. You could use, you know, hot glue and stuff to make this so it was instant, but I thought for the video with trying to take the glue gun back and forth and stuff and strings everywhere that I would do this part. So you just kind of got to take a minute and let it adhere down. Excuse me, guys. I have allergies. Anybody else have allergies? Seasonal allergies, and so that makes me start coughing a lot, getting a frog in my throat. Okay, so we're going to put glue on this side. Okay, same thing again. We're going to line this up with this bottom piece right here. Let me see if I can get that. Hopefully I'm getting this in frame so you guys can see it well. Okay, so about like that. See how my little edges, my little mitered edges are coming together like that? Okay, so I haven't put any glue on that bottom piece yet. So this is just the side. I'm just trying to get this lined up correctly, okay? Now I'm gonna put a little pressure down there so I start to get this to be stable. Okay, all right, and then now I'm gonna go, oops, I didn't have that good enough, wait. Let's put some more on just because it might have started to dry up. It kind of took me a minute moving it around. Okay, let's go again. Here to here. Okay. Okay, here's somebody coming in the front door. They're going to be loud. Sorry, guys.
Look what I got.
Oh, wow. Look what you got.
Better pause. Oh.
Hang on, guys. Just a second. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. My craft room is right beside the front door. So, if anybody comes in, I didn't think they were... I thought they were going to be gone longer than that. They went to go buy an RC car, a radio controlled car, to go have some fun with. Rosalind and her dad and Papa, all three of them. So anyway, of course they came in. Look what I got. Okay, so now I just attached that other bottom flap here to the bottom piece of the bag for the bag maker. Okay, I'm just going to kind of go in and just try and make sure all of my things are pressed down the best I can so they'll adhere good. So you kind of just get it straight and kind of just, I just kind of just rub my finger back and forth across it a few times to, so I'm not moving it too much. Okay, so here is my bag. Okay, this is the front. This is the front of my album. Okay, so when you turn the page and open it, the first page is going to be the bag. Okay, so now I am ready to put my second, my back page on. And if you notice here, here's my two little holes for where I'm going to attach it. So I have to make sure that's all up straight. I got a little bit peeking out right here of the bag, but I think I'll just leave it for right now. So depending on how I decorate, so you kind of eyeball it, or you can just like measure, you know, go from like this space right here where it's a straight line across up to the next straight line, you know, do an actual measurement. I always just eyeball it because up here you're kind of going on the inside because it's narrow enough to fit on the inside here. So I could just take my, you know, my scissors and just kind of like round that off right there where it's sticking up if I wanted to, but some of my embellishments might be going to cover that up anyway. I'm not really sure, so I'm just going to leave it for now. But so make sure you have your, you know, if you do punch before, that you make sure you have, you know, those in the right spot when you attach your bag. Okay. So if I turn it over, so there it is. So here's the inside the bag, and so this back page is this one with the yellow and black. So that's what I'm going to attach next. Okay, so and there's my two holes. So I need to make sure that I have this lined up pretty much over here. And I just like stand like right above it and kind of eyeball it to see that it lines up. And it does. So I'm just gonna, go ahead and attach some glue now, and then, like I say, with this that lets me move around a little bit, I'll be able to, you know, kind of spin it a little bit if I need to, if I don't get it laid down right the first time. You know, so if I was using, you know, score tape or something like that, I wouldn't be, you know, totally committed. So there we go. Okay, so all three sides I glued up. Okay, and I'm gonna stand above it. I'm gonna make sure first off that I have my, make sure I have my two ones with the holes over here right above it. Okay, that's what I want to make sure I have lined up first. Okay, and then I'm gonna stand above it, and let's see, it's gonna go about like that. Okay, so I'm pretty much lined up with my other flower on the other side. I can see my holes. I got my two holes, and if they don't, you know how that can move around, so it doesn't have to be exact as far as the holes go. I might spin it just a little bit. Okay, so I got my little bit sticking out up here again. So now I'm going to reach inside and kind of, okay, so I didn't move quickly enough on that one. But this is what happens, guys. It doesn't always go perfect the first time. Sometimes you got to work with it, and especially when it doesn't, you know, instantly dry. But I'd rather do that than, you know, have it be committed, you know, with to where you couldn't move it once you put it down. Okay, let's go about right like that. Try that again. Skittles is in the background. I think I mentioned to you guys we got a bird. It's before Christmas. He is a rainbow lorikeet. He is very noisy. But that's the way birds are. We have had birds all throughout our married life. Sometimes we've had tons. Before we had kids, we had tons of birds. We had, you know, extra bedrooms that were the bird rooms and had tons of birds in there. So anyway, he's fun. He was hand fed, so he's tame. So, and he likes to get in on whatever's going on with everybody. So he likes to let you know he's here. So, okay, so I'm getting that down. So kind of reach in again with my fingers. And you could use, you know, your bone folder and just kind of make sure all those flaps are getting pushed down good so they don't come up. Okay. Okay, so here is the box page. Now you can see if I just made, I could always just make this like this, and if I would have folded this more, this could fold in more too, like a, you know, like a bag on the bottom. But anyway, there's my my bag inside there. And I think I showed you guys before, this bag will hold a lot, because I had like this good size embellishment box in there, and I had some of these little envelopes that I made, and I still have room. I could add some more stuff in there. So it's a good size. Okay, so there's my second page. Okay, and then now I'm just ready to add my other pages, which for this album, that's pretty much all I'm going to do now is just put the rings on. So let me grab some rings just to show you, even though I'm sure you know how to do, what it would look like, but let me grab a couple and just to show you if I can find two the same size. Okay. hang on, hang on, hang on. Sorry, I'm rattling around in the drawer here. Okay, so these are kind of big, and I didn't have any colored ones left to use, which I prefer the colored ones. Okay, so I'm just gonna hook these two on here, and actually I think I'll go from the back so I can have this part on the back. Okay, so my back page is going to be this one. Okay, and that was the back on this other one. So I'm gonna put that in. Okay, and then I'm gonna put this one on. That was my next page. Put that one on there. Okay, and now I'm ready to hook my bag part and the front part of my bag part. So let's hook that through there. Boom. Okay, there's that. And like I said, you can move this around. You can make it so it, you know, bends more a little bit. Okay, now I'll take my other one, my other ring binder, and I will do the same thing. Start from the back, do that page, and then this page, and then the front part. Okay, get that lined up and through there. There we go. All right, and then close it. Okay, so there's my two rings to hold together. You could do more rings if you wanted to. You could just do something on the top. Well, I guess with a bag, you probably wouldn't want to do the top, but you could just do one on the side, or you could do some other binding way. But like I say, this started out to be a mini album, so it was just going to be, you know, binder rings. And so there we go. So I open up my first page, second page, third page. I am all ready to embellish the front and add embellishments on my inside, add my name to the back, tie a few little things onto the rings to make it look pretty, and boom, I am done with another. And then once you set it down, it actually sits up too, so you can set it to one side or to the other. But as you can see, even with this in, it will stand up, so that's kind of cool too. So it's easily displayed. So anyway, hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. I will make sure that I have Erica's website link below. I have an affiliate link, so I will link that. If you decide to purchase any dies from Erica's shop, you can, if you use my affiliate link, it will give me a small commission. I have a discount code also. It's Polka 10. I will list that below, and then also the dies that I used. And yeah, so if you go purchase anything, it'll save you 10% on your whole order. Not just these dies, but anything that you order. Okay, so this could make a really fun thing. And so, like I said, this flower die is great too. But also, this bag maker can be added to just about anything. So super versatile. So there's tons of things you can come up with. Okay, guys. Yeah, I'll show you something real quick. I didn't share this because I didn't like how it turned out, but let me show you what another idea was I had for this. So I started off, made this, and I wanted it to be something different. So I took two of these, and I had a roll from some of the tulle that I had that was gone. So I cut the roll in half because it was longer, cut it in half, and I covered it with paper. Covered both of these pieces. I used some really thick chipboard, and of course the dies didn't cut through it, which I wouldn't expect it to, so I just had to like trim up with my like with a knife and stuff to get it. And then I lined it with these pretty, with the outline thing. And then my first idea was I was going to make it like a pencil holder, or actually like a like a pokey tool holder. And then I decided that I was going to make it like a I had like a bunch of dangles like hanging off here. So I just punched a little hole right here, and I had things dangling off it, and I was going to decorate all up and stuff. So anyway, but then it didn't look like I wanted it to look, so I tore everything off. I had some other stuff layered up here to make it kind of tall, and I don't know, I just didn't like the way it turned out, so I bagged it. But what I'm thinking that I want to do, what I should have done instead, what I wanted to do instead was, instead of just punching one little hole out here, I should have cut this background, like, so this whole opening was cut out. And if I would have done that, then I could have stuck pokey tools and pencils and stuff and made it like a cute little holder to sit on your desk. I think that would have been so cute. But like I said, I kind of messed up, and then I decided to just not go back to the project. I went with something else. So that's kind of where I ended up. But yeah, next time I'll cut this out, do this, you know, this layering piece, I will cut out and have it be the top. And I guess it doesn't really need to be the bottom piece, but just the top piece, so that, you know, the tools and pencils could all go down through there, you know. So anyway, that was another idea I had. So there's a lot of ideas you can make with this thing, not just a mini album, but cards. I've seen people making cards, which I'll probably make a card out of it too, because I always like to make shape cards. I've been doing that for years, so I'll probably make a shape card. This would make a really cute banner. Have a bunch of these and spell something out, and, you know, a fun little banner. So yeah, think of your dies in other ways. I always say that. Think of your dies in other ways to try and use it some ways, you know, something different. So I think this turned out pretty cute with a different way to make it, not instead of just like a mini album. It could be, you know, an embellishment book with a bag attached inside. So cute. So now the fun part, embellishing and adding the goodies. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll have everything linked below. Thanks again. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.